Good morning and welcome. We are Team Holiday Inn of Spring Lake, and we worked with Jack's Waterfront Bistro and Bar, which is located within the Holiday Inn, to find a solution to this question. How can Jack's Waterfront Bistro and Bar attract local guests during the off-seasons? Now, I'd like to invite you to gather your things and come join us in Jack's. Your table for four is ready and waiting. You may wish to take your things with you if you'd like.
Not coming back.
When first approaching this problem, we came to realize that Jack's has an identity crisis. As you can see from this picture, there are varying fonts and representations of what Jack's is. We have Jack's on the waterfront, Jack's Waterfront Bistro and Bar, Jack's, and Jack's Restaurant. As you can tell, the image of Jack's is not very well defined. When people think of Jack's, we don't want them to see this. We want them to see a more refined, elegant image like this. Unfortunately, many people see Jack's as either fine dining or a hotel restaurant, when in fact, they're intending to be a more progressive bistro that appeals to both family and business personnel. Now, Jack's offers good food, a waterfront view, as well as live entertainment, but even they still experience a decline during their off-season. In this chart, you can see from August of 2013 to January, there's a drastic difference. In January, there was 71% less people coming in than there was in August. Jack's also experiences other limitations that prevented them from advertising in other ways. Such limitations include having limitations placed on them by the corporate Holiday Inn, as well as by a silent owner who has a final say in the decisions made in the restaurant. Because of these limitations, it eliminated some of the more obvious suggestions that would have improved the advertising of Jack's. Such suggestions that we might have come up with would be adding Waterfront Bistro and Bar to the main sign by the highway, adding extra signs to the exterior of the building, or changing the interior design of the restaurant so that it would better match their atmosphere. Even with these problems, we still have managed to find a way to work around or enhance current policies. Now that you are seated, here's your server for this evening. I hope you enjoy your time at Jack's.
Hi, welcome to Jack's. My name is Lauren and I'll be your server today. Our specialty here is seafood and our menu includes a full list of options. I'll be right back to take your order.
This is similar to the current Jack's experience. We, however, have a few suggestions that we would like to add that would make a more pleasant experience and better match the desired image which Jack's wishes to portray. First, we'd like to see that Jack's logo become unified. By creating one simple image that people can associate with Jack's, it creates a more consistent image. And then, when people see it, they say, that's Jack's. Second, turn up the lights. Even though Jack's has a beautiful waterfront view that allows for lots of natural lighting to enter, this is Michigan, and with that, the weather can change from sunny to overcast in a moment's notice. And with it, the atmosphere and the mood in the restaurant can change very quickly. According to a study done for the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, the amount of lighting in a room can affect people's moods. Lower levels of lighting correlate with having less energy and even being sad. Well, in contrast to that, the more lighting there is in a room, the happier people are and the more energy they have. Because of this, we also have a third suggestion, and that would be to have a consistent uniform throughout the entire year. Now, having a consistent uniform would help better represent what Jack's is trying to present. Also, according to an article by Full Service Restaurant Magazine, when people dress the part, they reflect more pride in what they're doing, and it puts them in the right mindset to do the job. While moving away from this casual t-shirt design would help better represent what Jack's is and create a more stylish image that people could associate with. Our fourth change would be to simplify the menu. Simplifying the menu would address two issues. The first being that it's a recognized problem at Jack's that there can be a long wait time for food. By reducing the number of options, it would reduce the expectations of the kitchen staff of what they need to prepare, and therefore in turn could reduce the wait time. Secondly, it would reduce the anxiety that guests may experience from having too many choices. Now, while it may seem nice to have a lot of options, according to an article by the New York Times, the more options we have, the more mentally stressed and exhausted we become as we try and choose. And then once we do choose, we are less satisfied with what we have chosen because we worry that what we didn't get could have been better than what we did choose. Based on this information, we've recreated the menu to create a more contemporary, one-page front and back menu. With these implications in place, I now invite you to re-experience Jack's.
Hi, welcome back to Jack's. My name is Lauren and I'll be your server today. Our menu includes streamlined options, and the flyer in the front gives you the details on our events and specials, such as $3.99 breakfasts in the off-season, comedy night, and live entertainment. The QR code on the front can be scanned by a smartphone and help you join our rewards program, where you can earn $5 off your next visit and also your way to more discounts.
Now, even with these simple changes in place, it may not be enough to bring in locals. We had to come up with something that was unique to Jack's and the area, something that would literally attract people.
We had to find a way to bring people from across the bridge. Many locals see the bridge as a distance too far to cross and just a traffic hassle. So when the quarter-mile drawbridge gets raised, many people find themselves in a really big traffic jam and it's so frustrating. So instead of ignoring this perception that many of the locals have, we have decided to embrace it with our marketing campaign, Bridges Seasons with Jack's. Please follow me across our bridge where we explain the future of advertising at Jack's. Bridges Seasons with Jack's marketing campaign is designed to inform locals about Jack's waterfront bistro and bar, the events they offer, and also lessen the stigma about the bridge. At the center of this campaign is an outdoor fireplace. The current Jack's fireplace is small, dirty, and unwelcoming. A new and improved substantial fire area would attract people to Jack's and become an icon. Each season would have its own events and specials as advertised to locals and families.
There's nothing better to do on a chilly fall day than to spend a day around a fire with your friends, family, and delicious glass of cider. On the first day of autumn, Jack's could host a fire starting ceremony and team up with Vandermills and Spring Lake to provide us with donuts and cider. Jack's could also offer coupons on the back of high school football tickets, which could be brought in for a discount. This would bring us to our winter months.
During the winter, just imagine, local high school students gather around the outdoor fire pit, taking advantage of soup and hot chocolate specials where each is the price of the air temperature. Or perhaps it's a couple that's come in for dinner and now steps out for a moment to take in the frozen scenery before wandering over to warm themselves by the fireplace. On snow days, specials could be offered to local school students so that they would have the opportunity to splash around for a few hours in the Holiday Inn's indoor pool while watching a movie, and as a bonus, on the back of their ticket could be a discount to Jack's.
The best part about spring is the return of the green outdoors and warmer weather. As locals begin to garden again, Jack's could partner with local greenhouses to offer guests a discount when they present their purchases or receipts for purchases of $20 or more from those local greenhouses. Jack's would be advertised in other businesses and give their guests the opportunity to buy some green and save some green.
Once Jack's has attractions and events, we have to focus on the real problem. How do we let locals know what Jack's has to offer?
Billboards are everywhere, and for a good reason. They work. The billboard company Lamar advertises that one billboard on US 31 can be seen by over 200,000 people a month. Here we have a sample billboard that we created for our Bridge to Seasons campaign. Our stance on this billboard is to take the negative view of the bridge and use it to accumulate curiosity to the restaurant. Another great opportunity for advertising is social media sites like Facebook. Facebook is great because you can not only choose the demographic you want to advertise to, but also your price range. Since over 30% of the population that uses Facebook is 35 to 54 years old, advertising to this group of people would help Jack's a lot. Demographics can also be used to attract people that like certain things. For example, if you want people to come check out karaoke night on Sundays, you can make an advertisement just to people who like karaoke. Facebook is the future of our advertising.
Jack's Waterfront Bistro and Bar has an identity crisis, but by streamlining, it would allow people to better associate with the desired image. And by creating attractions and events unique to the areas, it would enhance the overall perception of Jack's. Thank you for your time, and we hope that you will consider bridging the seasons at Jack's.
So judges, we now turn it over to you. What questions or comments do you have for this group?
First of all, I just really like, the detail is incredible, both in your research and in your presentation. I really appreciate the detail down to the name tags and the color and the way your consistency, you know, your concept of consistency and what that can do for things. A couple questions I've got for you. I heard the pool in the movie. Is the movie shown in the pool area while people are in the pool? Is that the idea?
Yes.
Yes, it's similar to something that has been done at local schools where they
Yeah.
do like a dive-in, so kids come in, they can watch a movie while swimming around, and yeah, but the idea would be to add a discount on the back of their ticket that would be their entrance ticket, so they could go and come back to Jack's.
Second thing I heard, you classed it all up, okay? But I heard the word discounts a lot of times. Okay, backs of tickets, like you just used the word and so on. How do you equate the two? How do you pull the two together? In other words, you really classed it up, but you got a real discount flavor going on in some of this. How do those two mesh?
I think that the discounts is what's gonna help bring people into Jack's, because right now, without having them, they sometimes struggle getting people in the door. And people love a good deal, especially families. So to kind of get that atmosphere and kind of get the ball rolling in Jack's, we wanted to throw in discounts to like get people in right away. And then those could be continued or discontinued based upon like what they feel at the restaurant once they get the popularity and the amount of people in to make their businesses successful.
I have a quick question, kind of piggybacking on the discount components. You talked a lot about bringing other local businesses in, which I think is great. It really has a wonderful community feel. And you guys did some stellar research. I'm wondering if you've done any research to see how feasible it might be, how some of these other businesses might react to partnering with a local restaurant in the forms of coupons, discounts, receipt stubs, etc.
Well, we did go downtown Grand Haven for kind of a walk that we went to see other businesses and how they thought stuff like this could be fixed, and they seemed very open to the idea.
Thank you.
Who's Jack's main competitors during the off season that also do events?
Probably the downtown businesses that are restaurants like Portobello's and Kirby Grill. That's kind of where Jack's is disadvantaged by the bridge, which is why we created a campaign around it, so that people kind of get where Jack's is and kind of see the visual of it, and that way we can be more competitive with them.
Is it differentiated then? Are the events differentiated? I know the pool would be, that'd be an obvious one, but.
I don't think any of the other local businesses do quite the type of events that Jack's does.
Like especially the events that would be surrounded with the fireplace, because Jack's is very unique because it has the beautiful Holiday Inn Grand Lawn that can be used to host events and have the fireplace in where people can meet and just kind of hang around the fire and drink some cider and stuff like that.
And then Facebook, I know you guys probably rely a lot on Facebook, I would assume. I work in the restaurant business, and I do advertising on Facebook. Doesn't always get people to your events. So, is there another concept that you guys saw?
We talked to someone from Barfly Industries, and he said that Facebook was something that was really working for him. I mean, it was paid advertising, not so much
Right.
just posting things in your feed, but that was something that he saw was a really good investment compared to, I mean, billboard campaigns, he said, was something that works if you have something big to say like this.
Right.
But for smaller things like events, you can do this paid advertising that shows up, like Max was saying, for people that have certain interests, that Facebook can target those audiences and find them.
It can. And he was saying it was drawing a lot of traffic to
He said
the
it was-
event. Because usually when you start an event, you have to build that momentum. To build that momentum, you gotta do a lot of stuff. So you have two targets, your billboard and then your Facebook, right? So to build the momentum, you have those two marketing aspects. Did you think of anything else?
We consider TV advertising and radio kind of advertising to build things because a lot of the family, like kids watch TV all the time, and throw an ad on there. But it seemed like it was kind of, it could get really expensive really fast, and with the restrictions we have with Holiday Inn paying stuff and the silent owner paying for stuff, they don't really like spending a lot of money.
Right.
So we thought we could get the best return with billboards and Facebook for what we're paying for.
I kind of piggybacking on that and the question I had with the seasons, I think that graph you showed of the summer traffic and the winter traffic, you're really focusing on the winter traffic. I was kind of wondering, and the bridge is clearly trying to get people from Grand Haven to come to Jack's. In the winter, I was wondering what that demographic was, or who was those 1,000 or 2,000 people who were coming, and were they Grand Haven or Spring Lake? And then, you know, I think you mentioned some ways to reach out, even, I think the football tickets and some other promotions. Those probably could be targeted to either side of the bridge, depending on who the market is now and who you see the market being, to improve that.
Yeah, the main demographic we have right now is mostly kind of more elderly coming in for an early breakfast and stuff like that. So our main focus was to not only get people in during the off season, but get a younger audience in.
There's also a lot of business personnel that come from the Holiday Inn, kind of that they've had a day of meetings, they come into Jack's for a restaurant. We wanted to get more families on.
So unfortunately, we're gonna have to cap it there, but let's give it up one more time for